Yeah, thank you. So this morning went to the mosque. I went with my uncle and my family. So we went with a bus, our institution bus, Red Clay. So when we got there, the place was choked. So we even had to stop on the way and let all the women get down and go straight for the prayers. So we went to park and then we left the prayers halfway. So after that, after it was finished, we decided to leave before everyone leaves there, and then there is a jam again. So we were trying to take an alternative route, so at least we will be able to escape the traffic a bit and get to my mother's house, which is just around the corner. We asked the ladies to walk over to the house so they don't have to join the bus. On the way, we to a T junction around the Mariam Hotel in Tamale, and we were stuck. There were other long vehicles, buses that were also using the road that were also stuck. And we were trying to see how we could negotiate our way with the traffic jam so at least everyone be able to pass. And then suddenly we saw these police units that were trying to overtake all the cars. And the first car that came ahead was a police vehicle. And the others that were back, we weren't very sure. But apparently they wanted to pass. But the place was jammed, so no one could go. So my uncle who was driving said to them that, oh, if they are going to reverse the bigger truck, so they should just let us pass. So at least because ours is big, then they also have space to park. And then they were shouting, screaming. So it went through like an exchange between themselves and my uncle. And then the next thing we see, they break into the vehicle, beating, punching, assaulting us. They drag us. There's blood all over the place. Take us to the police station. And they said because I was videoing them, so they beat me up merciless. They took me to the station and then beat me up merciless just to open the phone for them to delete the video from the phone. And some of them even saying that they could kill us and nothing will happen and blah blah blah. All it was very just honestly the most traumatizing thing I've ever experienced in my whole life. And to think that of all the work that we do, at the end of the day, your life is just going to hang in the balance of someone who doesn't even have a high school certificate. And then when we got to the station, and then they told them that oh, I was a diplomat, or they said oh, they don't care, about this. And all of them were there, including the leader of the Black Maria group. I've never encountered them before. I've only read about them online, and the mixed feelings of some people saying that they don't want them, some people saying they do, and a lot of people saying that because they use a lot of excessive force and all that. But I remember just a week ago, my mother and I were talking about them, and my mother said, "Oh, he thinks that they use excessive force, but at least for drugs." I think underneath it, there were so many other things happening which people were not really happy about, and that's why they wanted. So personally, because I'm more operating from an institutional point and also traveling a lot and coming, I've never really had a good opinion about it, but I try to feed off the opinion of other people. It's always very mixed. Either some people think it's good or a lot of people think it's just very bad because of the excessive force. And today I understood why. Because they did not have any time to even have any conversation. They got down from the bus and it was just violence from the beginning to the end. I even told them who I was, who my father is, because my father is quite very prominent in Tamil. So at least, even based on that, even if you don't know who I am and what I do, at least you have a bit of respect for that, and that will give you a bit of restraint. But they didn't care. They had no restraint. Even when my father came to the station later, they were screaming, shouting, like, yeah, I did. I had to run some tests. But the punches they gave on my face, my tooth, I have some broken teeth. Some of them are like dangling, but because it's a weekend, the dentists are not working. So I have to wait till Monday because like before I can do that examination. But as for the other part, I did the examination and they gave me medicine for body pains and other things. So yeah, at least there was no internal injury. So just pains and all that. Yeah.